All right, I'm going to show you how to create this table right here that was really the last part with regards to the movie that you just watched. It gave you this type of a thing on here, which tried to give you some measurements on how to create this table. Well, I'm going to give you the steps in order how to do it. All right. So with that stated, I'm going to come up to the new family, just like normal. I'm going to go to the desktop, from teacher folder, Revit stuff, top English one, and I'm going to find the furniture. It gives me this little crosshair piece here. So I'm going to hit extrusion. I'm going to draw a rectangle, and right now the size of the rectangle does not mean anything. And then once we draw that rectangle, I'm going to dimension from here to the center point. I'm going to continue going, left click again, up. I'm going to hit the equal button, the EQ. Then I'm going to go from here to the middle to the outside edge, bring it out again, and I will hit the EQ for the equal, so everything is equal all the way around it. I am also going to go ahead and do a overall size dimension on this part and an overall width of the dimension. So now before I go too much further, I got to create some parameters. So I'm going to come up here to the parameter family types button. I'm going to create a new family type. That new family type is going to be table that is going to be 5 by 2 by 2. We're going to make it. Alright, so with that, that is what the name of what we're making. We're going to add a parameter of width, add a parameter of length, spelled it wrong but I don't care, and width. Oh, length width must be height, my bad. Alright, now with each one of those, length, width, height. I wonder if I can delete one there. Let's delete that one out of there if it will let us. The width of the table is going to be 2 foot. I'm going to lock it. The length of the table is going to be 5 foot. I'm going to lock it. The height of the table is going to be 2 foot. I'm going to lock it. And then again, I don't know why that one's there. I just must have screwed something up. I didn't hit save. I didn't hit save a second ago, so I just went ahead and recreated exactly what we did. So we did table 5 by 2 by 2 on the new, and then I hit parameters twice to add the width and the length, and the height was already there. So I'm going to hit OK. And now when I come up here and select this dimension here, I'm going to hit the escape button. I'm going to go to modify. I'm going to go that one. And I can come up here. There's this label button right here that sometimes makes it a little bit easier. That's going to be my width. Actually, it's going to be my length. I want my length to be 5 foot. Does it to 5 foot. I want this one. Hit the modify button again. This one is going to be my width. So that kind of gives me my length and my width of my overall tabletop. I'm going to hit the check mark. And I'm going to go to the view. Actually, I don't have to go to 3D view yet. I'm going to go to my front view down here. Front view down here. It gives me a height. Well, I've got to dimension that height from the bottom to the top. I hit escape again and went to modify, so I'm going to go this one for my parameter. There's is my height of the part. See, I actually screwed that up because I want that to be 2 inches, not 2 foot. I'm going to still go the length, width, height. I'm going to go height right there, and I'm going to put the height of 2 foot there. So that gives us the thickness of my tabletop. I'm going to come back over here though, and I'm going to go to my height. I'm going to change that to 2 inches. Hit apply. Okay, now that's my tabletop. So when I go to my 3D view, you can see that it has a thickness to it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my reference level. I'm going to go to home. I say, hey, I want to do an extrusion. And I'm going to put in on this one just my rectangles for my legs. Oops, I had a line button there yet. So I'm going to go rectangle. There's a leg. There's my leg. There's my leg. And there's my leg. Now when I do my dimensions to my leg, I'm going to basically say from outside to outside, bring it up, lengthen the height of the box. I'm going to do that all the way around. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and create a new parameter. I'm going to say, I'm going to add a parameter that is going to be my leg width. And then I'm going to add another parameter called leg height. So my leg width is going to be 2 inches. And my leg height is going to be 2 foot. Alright, so with that stated, now I got to go around and touch each one of these. I'm going to modify this measurement. I want it to be my leg width. And then this one's going to be my leg width. So it's going to make everything 2 inches by 2 inches for me. So now I'm on my legs. I'm getting there. Come on. So now my legs are length and width wise good to go. So I hit the check mark. Go back to my back view here, or the front view, and that gives me my length of my leg. So when I come in here to dimension it from the bottom to the top, it defaults to 1 foot. But as I go to modify it, I can then come over here and say, hey, I want that parameter to be the leg height of 2 foot, and we'll automatically make it that 2 foot. So at this point, I've got a 3D looking table. Alright, I am going to see the 4 squares probably on the other side of it. That I haven't figured out yet. But now if we want to manipulate the size of this, we've got to be able to lock in the measurements to where these legs are going to be at. So I'm going to go back to my reference level again, and I'm going to dimension the distance between here to here. And when I hit that, I'm going to lock it. I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to lock it. I'm going to do this all the way around for each one. Oh, it's not letting me select the darn thing. So I'm going to do that for each one. I'm running out of time on my video, so I'm going to do that for each one. I'm just going to lock each dimension going around. Again, I dimensioned all the heights and the widths away from the outside edge, and I locked all of them all the way around on this one. So I'm going to come up here now, and I'm going to go to my file, Save As. You're going to save it as a family, and you're going to save it also then to your Documents folder. I'm going to save it to my desktop because my Documents folder is a little different. You go to Documents. I'm going to go to Desktop. I'm going to call it Davies Table. And hit Save. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of this basically. I'm going to open up any file that I might have already. And I'm just going to open up a brand new one. New project. So whatever file you might have your house open here. So I'm going to go to Component. I'm going to load the family. I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to find my Davies table. Yours would be in your Documents folder. And I just put my table in. View, 3D view. Alright, so there's my table if I wanted to flip it around. So I can see it a little. So the right side up. Jeez Louise. Now let's say I want to change the size of this table. I can come in and add a type, and if I did my width of maybe 4 foot, and I hit apply, it got a little bit bigger and the leg stayed the same. If I wanted to do the length from 5 foot to maybe 10 foot, hit apply, it will automatically go. If we didn't lock in those measurements for the legs, they would still be back in the middle of that part. So now we could actually adjust and mess around with this leg. So once you can show me that you can do this a couple of different times, we'll be good to go. And this is the table assignment.